Hello, folks. How's everybody doing out there? Hey, what's going on? Hey, Heather, how are you?
I'm doing okay, but I think I made a terrible mistake.
How's that?
Like a really big one.
Okay.
Well, our guest always shows up in a hooded sweatshirt, and so I wanted to show
You wanted to as
my
well?
hooded my new
Show your
one. I just
sport?
got this at this really cool store, and and I wanted to wear it, and I realized I'm in 80-degree weather in Arizona.
Not quite the same. Not quite
So
the same.
I've made a terrible mistake. I hope I don't melt. Let's get the show on the road.
I hear you. I hear you. All right.
Okay.
Where are you from? Where are you coming from?
Me?
Now that you mentioned it
I just
to
said
everybody,
80-degree Arizona. There's no other place. It's anyway. Jolin's here. Hi, Jolin.
Jolin's out there. Good, excellent thing.
And
Ready for a
Ron's
great
waiting.
show?
He's still waiting. I don't know how long he's going to wait, but here he is.
Alrighty, excellent. Well, without further ado, let's bring on our guest. Let's bring on Mr. Scott Peachey. Scott, how are you, sir?
All right. How y'all doing? How y'all living?
I always love it whenever you come on. It's so cool. It's such a blast. Also, I just want to say, here is if you guys are watching the show, up the QR code way up in the corner there, up by Heather on screen. If you click that QR code, that is take you right to Peachey's channel. So if you have your cell phone there, put it on there. You can go see his channel. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, isn't that awesome? So everybody test that out.
Did you just do it, Scott?
Yeah, did you just do it? I'm literally holding up my phone right now.
He's gonna do it right now. Here we go. There you go. Give you an opportunity there.
Oh my God, it totally does.
Oh my God,
it totally does. That's amazing.
I just say one thing? This would probably be the only thing I get to say the whole show. So Michael did a daily tip on that. I don't know if you know about daily tips, but it's part of the fun things that our Tinkering with Tech community get to be a part of. And he did a tip on how to create any website, a QR code. And he did another tip on how to put it on your stream like this too. So, whatever.
There you go.
Anyway, I'll be quiet now. You guys have a good show.
That's all good. No, and this is what it looks like when you get there. Look at all the videos. Man, I love this. This is so cool. And this is why I'm having him on. If you look at most of them, start with the Pixel 6. Yeah. So I said, what an he's either an expert or he's just completely insane about this, and he's fallen in love and he loves it. I mean, because just like the latest one, the Pixel 6 Pro, 75 days later, 2 months later. So here you go. So Peach, I'm gonna let you chat, dude. I'm gonna let you chat because this is gonna be fun. There we go, Ontario. Oh, how about there? All the way from where is she, in Australia? I can't remember. Roz, somewhere in Australia. I can never remember the town, but Adelaide. Right. Yeah. Okay. And Ron, there you go.
I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces, which is really, really nice, near Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
right.
Isn't that fun?
I was going to say Columbus, Ohio here. It's it's a balmy 40-ish degrees, I think.
That's why it makes sense that you wear a hooded sweaty.
Not her.
I was going to say 80 degrees. I'm not sure I would have made that choice.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be okay. It'll be just fine. But yeah, Michael, you were talking like I've made a lot of Pixel 6 Pro videos, specifically talking about all of the things that you can get for your Pixel, the accessories, the cases, comparison videos, Pixel Pass. If you have questions about what Pixel Pass is, ironically enough, I have not made a review on the Pixel Buds, the A's. I can't believe that I haven't. So that'll be one of my next videos that I make is a review of the Pixel Buds A series, which I can't believe that I've just whiffed and missed on. But it's because I have been basically creating nonstop content as it relates to the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro. So it's my device of the year. There's no question about it.
It is so cool.
It is the device of the year, but I would not. The Pixel 6 Pro comes in my opinion, second as the device of the year behind the Pixel 6.
Okay.
And the Pixel 6 is specifically because the price point, the $599 price point. I saw them going as low as like $399 on Black Friday, which was absolutely hysterically insane deal. I can't believe it.
For the phone you get, right? For the phone you get.
For the phone that you get, they were AT&T and Verizon were offering crazy trade-ins where you could trade in a Pixel 4a. Now, the Pixel 4a when it first came out was a device that was $350, maybe $350, right? You could go to AT&T or Verizon, and T-Mobile as well was running the same special. Trade in a Pixel 4a, get $800 off, and get a brand new Pixel 6 or Pixel 6 Pro for effectively nothing. And
that's crazy.
That is a crazy deal. That's why the Pixel 6, in my opinion, is probably the device of the year. I have a soft spot because the Pixel 6 Pro, that device I absolutely love, but it doesn't have the fingerprint scanner on the back.
Oh my God, that's driving me crazy. That's driving me crazy.
Have it. I know that is something that is near and dear to your heart. It does.
It is.
But I have tested it enormously
on the screen,
and I'm not a fan of the in-display fingerprint scanner.
Gotcha.
It's not, to me, it's just not as smooth. Like when you pick up your phone, where does your finger go?
Your finger's there. Amen.
Exactly.
Amen.
Every time.
Exactly.
But they do have that handy dandy, like double tap pulls up the assistant and you can talk to it, the double tap on the back, which is a really nice.
That's kind of nice. Yeah, that's kind of nice.
Quick double tap. You can either do a screen cap or you can pull up the assistant. And plus I use the Google Assistant for everything. So
yeah, me too.
I mean, I can double tap and say, hey, open this app, do this thing. And it's like, yep, got you. Off it goes.
So you just set off everybody's devices that have speakers.
Right.
You have to say G Assistant. That's what, we try and get in the habit of saying G instead of the.
I usually say, hey, keyword.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm just saying, because I know I do it all the time. I set people's devices up. All right. So let me ask you this. So, hey, Tom, what's going on? Come from Columbiaville, Michigan, Columbiaville, excuse me. So I'm on this. So did you have, or do you have, or have you seen, or know someone that has, like the Galaxy Samsung 21 and the iPhone and all the comparable ones to that? Because for you to make a statement like this is the phone of the year, you have to at least either have seen or know somebody or have one, etc., of all those other devices.
No, you can have that opinion, and it's the only phone.
No, you can.
No, you can.
You can. I can. Oh, there you go. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we're talking with Scott Peachey of Technically Speaking. Yeah. He's got it. Okay.
I've tried a lot. I've even tried the foldables. I've tried the
S20. I'm glad. This is, I mean, that's what I wanted to quantify.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've tried a lot of different devices out there.
That's awesome.
And I would say that the foldable, I even did a comparison video between that and I think a Pixel 5, maybe even the Pixel 6. I can't even remember. I've made so many different videos about the comparisons, but it was like this most unfair comparison because a foldable, it has a very unique use case and it's just not for me. I tried it. I've tried it twice now. I tried it with a Fold 2 and I've tried it with a Fold 3, and it's just not, it's not as pocketable as the candy bar style phones that we see out there. Yeah. But really the big difference is when you think about it from a price perspective. And I think a lot of us YouTubers out here are talking about, you know, things around the nature of, okay, but I want to try it against all these other devices, or I want to try it against this, that, and the other. You can today go out and buy this Note 20 Ultra right here, which is a fantastic device. This device costs $1,200. Okay. I can get as good a battery life. I can get as good a performance. I can get better pictures, equally good video out of a device that costs $300 less, or a device that's half of the cost as it relates to the Pixel 6.
That's crazy.
I mean,
that's just crazy.
I had on my last live show, I had my wife on my live show, which was hysterical in and of its own right.
Wow.
But I asked her, I said, do you truly care about this, that, and the other? Do you, like, I asked her to go, do you record in 4K on your phone? She goes, I don't even know that there's a setting there.
Right.
She was like, yeah, she's like, no, I don't do that. I go, do you care about how fast your phone charges? She goes, no, don't care about how fast my phone charges. I go, what's the number one thing you talk about? She goes, price. Like a drop of the head, just price. From a price perspective, The Pixel 6 coming in at $599, and this is where we did not believe, because Rick Osterloh, which is kind of the head of all things Pixel related, came out and said this is going to be the first premium Pixel. It's going to be premium priced. So we were all we thought for sure. We thought for sure that the Pixel 6 was going to come in at a $799, $899 price, and the Pixel 6 Pro was going to be $1,100. They came in at $599 and $899. That new Tensor chip is a legit chip, performance-wise, battery life-wise. Now there's some hiccups. Android 12, not. Yeah. There's a lot of hiccups with Android 12 right now.
Bill has a question about that. Yep. Yeah. So Roz has this question. I need an extra phone to use as just an app connection for a device to access Bluetooth internet. What is the most basic that I would need for that?
An extra phone just uses as an app connection for access Bluetooth and the internet. So basically you want a device to peruse the internet. Is that how I'm perceiving that question?
Sounds like it.
I would say a Pixel A series. The A series is how I would take it. A very, like, if you want to go Pixel, I should say this. I'll caveat it and say, if you want to go Pixel, I would do an A series Pixel line, because that is like a $399 price point perspective. You could do a Samsung A series as well, like an A51 or an A71. Those are two very good prices. Now, if you're not Android in your iPhone, you could go an iPhone SE, an iPhone Mini, but I wouldn't buy a 13. I would go and buy like an 11 or a 12. With iPhones, you know exactly what you're going to get.
That's true. That's a good point. Now, one thing for me is, that fingerprint is a big deal. I mean, it is to me. I mean, it just is. I'm sorry. That's just, they made something so convenient and so easy to use as far as that goes. But I'll be honest with you, mine is building memories of my grandkids and stuff like that, and the picture. So picture for me is huge in whatever device I choose. Yep. And I'm a person that moves a lot, or I try and get a quick picture. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get that quick picture, and a lot of times either they're moving, whatever, and all this kind of stuff. And there's a lot of things that I heard through all of this that it helps with a lot of that I have issues with. But I know that there's comparable, like the iPhone 13 has really good camera. I mean, all these other ones, I think the Galaxy 21 has like 5 cameras on it or something that make it work. So and I mean, you have a comparison, you have an idea. What would you say to that, to the photo people?
If you have a subject that moves quickly, aka grandchildren or children or dogs or pets or cars or anything like that, if you have anything that moves quick, you don't necessarily want to get, in my personal opinion, a Samsung device. That's not to say that Samsung devices at all are bad picture takers or anything like that. There is a lot of Samsung devices that are out there that suffer from something called shutter lag, where you hit the button and it takes like a moment. And in that moment, you can lose exactly what it is, or if somebody's moving too quick, or if a child's moving too quick, the face is blurred. You don't get that with the Samsung device. They do suffer from that. Maybe not all of them, but quite a few of them have suffered. The Note 20 Ultra that I have is one of the ones that do suffer from that. The foldable did, and a lot of Samsung. It's just a notoriously known thing for Samsung. But the iPhone and the Pixel are the two devices that actually, when you snap that shutter button, it grabs that frame, and that's exactly what you get. Now, with Google, they have this concept called face unblur. So basically what happens is when you take the photo, it's taking a photo with another lens as well to capture a whole bunch of different photos all at one time. And it's going to layer those on in the computational photography method that they have, and then produce a nice crisp image of the face. And every single time it pops up on my phone, because it has a nice little icon that just says face unblur. It amazes me how well it works. The first time I ever noticed it, we went to a Dude Perfect concert with my kids, and it was, in a concert hall, it is very dark, and I hit it face unblur. I immediately watched it go from just ever so slightly a little bit blurry to completely crisp.
Wow.
Absolutely no blur at all in their faces. It was really wild to watch.
Impressive. Heather, you're going to say?
Well, I was just going to ask, so is that what's happening when I take a picture and there's like this little, like, I don't know, it's like a wheel is taking place or something, like, hang on, we're making it perfect for you. That's what I always I talk from my phone.
Yeah, that's effectively what that is. Which device do you have?
What is mine, Michael? Is it a 5A?
Yes.
Yeah, Pixel 5.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I just got it, so.
Okay, yeah, the 5A. If you're taking a low light photo, you'll see the thing kind of like do one of these, like, whoop, and you'll watch it, but it's effectively like you're saying. It's like what we're saying is, especially on the 5 and the 5A, it did not have a dedicated pixel core that the Pixel 6 has on the Tensor core. But it's effectively saying, I'm running the computational photography algorithm against this photo. Give me a moment, and then I'm going to give you the best picture you've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, so I let it do its thing.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But the best part is like when you start to like shutter speed really quick, you're like boom, 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 boom. You actually end up seeing, like, it'll capture those moments and then do the computational photography on the back end.
Oh, nice.
Because I've always had where you could scroll up, like in Google Photos, I could scroll up and there, if I held down and took a picture, I could pick the one that I wanted out of there. But supposedly this is doing all of that for you, which that's what I want. I really, actually, you know what? That's what I need.
Yeah.
Because I'm that guy. Oh my God, that's a great picture, you know, and I'm just moving around or whatever and that kind of thing. So for me, I have a
lot of the same photos from the same scene. But it's a matter of like, okay, don't like that face, don't like that face. That face is okay. Like, you just, like, when we take family photos, it's the same pose, 11 million pictures of the same pose until we go to the very next one.
Guilty.
Yeah. Okay. So again, I'm on the photos because I'm a photo guy or whatever, and that's what I'm after here. How do you feel with, especially, and I don't know how much you've done this with the 6. If I take a picture of something and it's just too far away, I really want to zoom in, and I know you can crop and use Snapseed or whatever, all the features that it has to crop in. How does the crop work with it? I mean, do you really still have the crisp, or do you lose a lot of that? That's the one thing I ask.
So when you crop in, you don't lose the crisp, but on the Pixel 6 Pro, it comes with a telephoto lens, and that telephoto lens is absolutely magic. It is the best telephoto lens I've seen on a smartphone outside of like the Sony Xperia line. And that
even after, now you've had those filter or whatever they're called, lenses that you attach.
Yeah.
And you're saying this is even better than that?
Absolutely better than that.
Oh, wow.
Because it's all built in. It's all built in. It does all the computational photography. You don't have to worry about the flaring on the edges at all when it comes to those moment lenses, because I have them right over here, actually.
Yeah.
I know you're where I learned about them.
Yeah, so like I have,
like, I've got to have one.
Yeah, all these lenses right here.
Yeah.
They're great.
And so then you're carrying all that stuff around, whereas what you're saying is it's built
Pixel
in. 6 Pro
it's all built
in. There's
it's all built
carry.
in. And even if the zoom that's on the regular Pixel 6 is still great. It doesn't have that dedicated third lens, and the third lens being the telephoto. It just has a wide and an ultra wide. But the dedicated telephoto on the Pixel 6 Pro for me was such a big deal, because all I had to do is go doot, and it goes right to the 4X, and it's just as crisp of a picture, just as crisp as if I were to take the photo on the wide and crop into it. It's actually even better than that in terms of the crop in, which is just phenomenal. Like, I adore taking pictures with this phone. As a matter of fact, it's so good. I have a Sony camera that records in 4K right there. That's what I do all my shows on. I have nice lenses, nice glass as it relates to taking this out to do family photos. I purposefully shot our family Christmas photos with my phone in the Pixel 6 Pro. And
that's amazing.
Everybody commented how great the photos looked. Like, this is a great photo. Not only that, we took it and we blew it up to a 16 by 20, and it's on our wall right now.
Oh, wow.
No blur.
Oh, wow.
Not an ounce of blur. And it's our family photo that we put up 16 by 20. So it's a big photo.
What if you have like that uncle that you want to blur though? Can you make? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's a different show.
Fun story. Fun story. You giggle and you laugh, but the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro comes with this. You can take them out. You can actually, it's called
you can take him out.
You can take
out Uncle Cy.
You can take him out. You can say, Uncle Cy, I cannot have you and everything that you're doing. You can now, using Magic Eraser, erase things from the photo, including people. And it'll do it automatically for you if you go into the Photos app and actually go to the photos and say Magic Eraser. You can actually do it. It'll do it automatically for you if there's like some sort of like chain link fence or like power lines or something like that in your picture, or people. You just take people out of it. So Uncle Cy, he gone.
That's awesome. I love it. All right. We got some
let's
questions.
Go to the comments. Let's go to the comments, please. All right. So Bill says, I have a Pixel 6 having a hard time with the new operating system. I know you touched on that a hair, so I wanted you to come back to that. But I will learn more tonight.
Nice. Yeah. The Android 12 is a pretty drastic shift away. It's something called this Material U, which it changes all the colors, and it's much more. It has a very iPhone simplistic type feel from an Android 12 perspective. They changed it a lot from Android 11, in my personal opinion. It took me a while to really fall in love with Android 12, but now that I have Android 12 and I go to some other devices on my desk that don't have it, I find myself missing Android 12 simply because it is so simple, but they've done things to make it really beneficial for me to interact with my phone without feeling like I'm heavily interacting with my phone. Like, hey, keyword, right? Like that in and of itself, I can double tap on the back. I can swipe down from the bottom where that is. It has the best transcription from any phone on the market, hands down, bar none. Like if you use voice to text for anything, I send the longest emails ever on my work using the voice assistant, and 98% of the time it nails every single word, adds punctuation for me. I can just freely talk, and it takes care of all the punctuation, commas, exclamations, question marks, the whole 9 yards. It's the best transcription on any phone you can get.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome. That is great. I love that.
So going back to, taking pictures, because I know how much you love that, Michael. And another thing you love are Google Books. Jolyn said, makes for great Google photo books. So I wanted to bring that point up. Thanks for that, Jolyn. And then Bill also mentioned that he really missed the squeeze from his old Pixel 2. And I went from a Pixel 2 to the phone I'm currently using as well. And it's hard, right?
I miss the squeeze feature.
It's hard to get rid of certain things,
I miss the squeeze feature, Active Edge. I miss that feature so much. And I actually find myself missing from the Pixel 4 XL, the face unlock. Like when you have it, you really miss having the face unlock because you forgot. Like, and they've made it so much better. So if you have a
I was going to say, did it work all the time?
It works so much better now. So much better. Because I have a 4XL on my desk, not really a big shocker. I have a 4XL on my desk, and the face unlock works almost 100% of the time. It's just really phenomenal.
Wow.
One thing that I love is I'm so glad they brought back XL. Seriously, that to me that's huge. I love a large phone. I know a lot of people don't, but I love that, and that's one thing I'm thinking is going to be frustrating for me. I love the XL phone, but without my finger back here and having to come around to that, I think that's going to drive me crazy. I don't think I'll like. I know. I mean, I know you do.
You don't think they'll ever bring it back, or
I don't think we're ever going to see a fingerprint scanner on the back.
And I think
that's the whole reason why I chose the one I chose, because I have to have it. So
I think a lot of the reason why they went away from it. At least that's when we had a conversation with engineers in the Pixel group that we talked to or whatever during the summit this fall. They mentioned the fact that they're spending so much, all that hardware and stuff in there for the lenses and the camera, all that stuff and everything, and having one extra thing in the back of that thing makes it bigger, thicker, whatever. And so they're like, we're just gonna, it's easier if they can cut out one whole thing like that. And I think that's why they're not going to come back. But feedback, I say send feedback if you want to.
Here's what I say: bring back face unlock. Bring back the face unlock. I don't care if you give me an in-screen fingerprint scanner. If I will take face unlock all day long, if you give me the face unlock from the 4XL, and I was not a staunch supporter of face unlock at all.
Interesting.
Because I thought that it needed a little extra sauce, needed a little extra pizzazz, but it has definitely gotten better to the point where I now, because I also have an iPhone, and I definitely notice a huge difference getting into my phone so much faster. Another thing that I think they could do, if I'm going to give feedback, OnePlus does this, and I think OnePlus does this, and so does TCL phones. When you enter your PIN code, if you enter in the PIN and it's correct, it automatically opens the phone.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So it's one less press. So like if I have to enter,
so you don't have to press the enter.
I don't have to press enter. Like once I hit 1 2 3 4, which is not the code at all for my phone.
Oh, it's not.
Oh no, it's not. 1 2 3 4. If I hit 4 enter on a Pixel, then it opens up. But if I hit 1 2 3 4 on a OnePlus or a TCL phone, it automatically opens up, and I don't have to move my thumb.
Which makes sense.
And it makes a little bit of a difference.
Yeah. I personally, says, I mean, I have a story, but go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, John says I have a face unlock and screen print reader on my Moto Z4 and love both options.
Oh yeah, both options are fantastic.
My issue was with my wife laying on the couch, and my granddaughter wanted to get in her phone, and all she had to do was put her face on it. And supposedly you're not supposed to be able to do it with your eyes closed. You can. It worked. And she got in her phone, and when she was sitting there playing a game or whatever, and then my wife wondered, how did that app even get on there? I was like, she downloaded it.
Look, kids find a way.
Yeah, they do. So I don't know.
Hey, there's Big Thunder Dan, Queensland, Australia.
There you go,
brother. I owe him a text message back.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate you coming over for sure.
So Ron had this comment. This goes, I think, to your point about the Android 12. I think there was an article this morning talking about problems with the Pixel 6 running the DJI app, and I just bought a drone, so I'm concerned about upgrading my Pixel 3.
Yeah, that's definitely the DJI app is the third-party app when it comes to Android 12. So that's less of a Pixel 6 problem and more of an Android 12 operating system issue where our developers are not they're not updating their apps the way that they should, which is really tough. It's really hard. You're seeing it a lot in Instagram. You're seeing it a lot in Twitter, where Twitter, especially when you're starting to scroll up, you're not getting the full benefit of the 120 hertz refresh screen out of the Pixel 6 Pro or the 90 hertz refresh out of the Pixel 6. So it's hard to,
when the technology is running farther ahead than the
software
app creators and software can keep up with that. That's kind of an interesting concept, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really where it is at the moment.
And it used to be so much the other way around, right? I mean, how many of us used a dinosaur, that was like maybe a year and a half old to run all of our stuff, and everybody's like, you got to upgrade, you got to do all this because software is coming out and things are getting bigger and better, and yeah, that's how it goes.
Alrighty, so there we go. Anybody? We're about that at that time, so I wanted to just touch base. Is the wife going to be on the show tonight?
No, I brought stats back tonight.
I'm just kidding.
I let him back in the studio.
I think that's cool. I think that's awesome. Yeah, back in the studio. That's pretty much it.
We tried to do it's now become somewhat of a thing. Because we do a show on Wednesdays, so every Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Last week was my wife. The week or the year before last, my sisters were on, And
That's
so
cool.
who knows might show up?
time.
Yeah, who knows who might show up? Maybe it could be my kids next year. Who knows?
I was gonna say your kids are getting older. Next year, one of them's gonna be like, "It's my YouTube channel, Dad."
That's could very well true. My oldest daughter, Gigi, she could be like that.
They can upstage you. I know this from personal experience. Okay, just warning.
Yes, they can.
I love it though. I think.
Hey,
it's
are
awesome.
you going to be able to spend some time with us before your show in the backstage pass?
I am.
Will you be able to do that?
Absolutely.
You will. Okay, good. All right.
Hands down. That's one of my favorite times.
It is.
So Michael, put that QR code back up here so that anybody who's joined us since can just take your smartphone, even if it's not a Pixel 6 Pro, and take a little picture of that. That QR code. It'll send you over to Technically Speaking over on YouTube, and don't miss tonight's show. Right?
Absolutely. What are we going to be talking about? Probably Pixel stuff. Because that's what we do.
I love it. It's so cool.
That's right.
And it's cool. One thing I love about your audience too, that because I watch your show a lot of times and contribute to your show.
Yes, you do.
I love that you're a very diverse group too. I mean, like the gentleman from Australia. I mean, you're from all over the place as well. I mean, we both have people that are just, it doesn't matter where you are. Come on, watch and have a good time. It's pretty fun when y'all start cutting up a little bit.
We do. We get going at each other. Like I haven't seen him for a while because he was on vacation last week. So I have
another one.
I have, dude.
He's always on vacation. Every single time.
And here's the thing: I'm gonna zing him again tonight. I'm gonna zing him again tonight about being on vacation. But I already know that he's gonna zing me about a comment that I got. The hair face comment. I know it's coming, and I know it. Like he can't sneak past me. He can't sneak past me. I know it's coming.
I love it. That is so hilarious. I swear to God, it's so hilarious.
Funny.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. Thanks for coming and talking about this stuff.
You guys
this
know
is so
I love
awesome.
This stuff.
Absolutely. And I hope that everyone will go watch a bunch of his videos. Seriously, they're worth it. I mean, because he gives you details about certain things that I know people want to know about. I know people are trying to learn things. It's great review stuff. I wish you did more, and this is just me throwing this out to you. You don't have to. I wish you did more of like, here's 2 devices. Here's this one and this one, and then what those features and how this one doesn't have it, this one does have it. Okay, I know you've done it, and I know you do it.
Okay,
but I'd like to see that more.
Okay,
you know what I like, Scott? I like that you go out into a parking lot with your Jeep, and you're out there with the phone, like over on the other side of the parking lot,
at the
and you're testing a mic over here. And,
I love that.
You know, I love it. I love how you think outside the box about how you're gonna test
I appreciate
things.
that.
I love it.
Thank you very, very much. And I love doing the comparisons. I'm actually going to CES this year. I'm hoping to maybe make some friends out at CES to where I could do more of those comparisons because Michael, you're absolutely right. I love doing the comparison videos. They are so much fun, but they are also such a massive economic
undertaking. Undertaking. Yeah, no, they are. I get that.
It's not so much like that. It's the matter of like I got to buy the phones.
Exactly.
I know.
Yeah, in order to compare product, you must first own said product.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you could collaborate, I know you've done that before, where you've collaborated with like someone that had that particular device, and you brought in and did that kind of stuff. Like Ben, I think you did that with Ben on a couple things.
I have done that with Ben, and I think I'm going to do that with a couple others. It's actually funny you mentioned it because I have some Telegram messages from a friend of mine who potentially might be letting me borrow some other devices where I can do some comparison side by sides, and one of them is one I've never ever had before. So I'm really excited about that.
Good, fantastic. I'm glad. I'm glad I brought it up.
Absolutely.
Hey, we're going to get out of here. We're going to, again, if you guys don't know about us, here is our QR code for the tinkeringwithtech.net website. Go there, join the Tinkering with Tech. Come join us. We do all kinds of fun stuff. We have daily tips that we do every day, and when we're not doing a show, we got workshops that we do, and just expert help. We sit there and chat afterward anytime we do those daily tips, so it's really cool. We'd love to have anybody come join us for a little bit. Come join the community for a little bit. Go ahead, Heather.
My favorite part is the backstage pass where we get to talk to our expert who is over there. I love that. That's my favorite thing is whenever we get to, hang out with them afterwards. And Scott, it's always wonderful that you agree to do that with our community. So thank you so much.
You should be buying
everybody.
backstage pass. If you don't have backstage pass, you're missing out.
That's right. That's right.
All right, gang. Thank you. We will see you next time. There you go. Come join us. Lots of fun. There you go. Jalen's a member of the community. There you go. There's another one. There we go. Thanks, guys. See ya.